What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Monday night and another episode of Canadian, episode 14 with the man, Big Lion Cat. Meow, meow. All right. With that said, I want everybody to give a warm welcome to Mr. BLC646, Big Lion Cat himself. Meow, meow. What is going on? Say hello to the people.
What's up? What's up to the people out there, man? How's everybody doing today, man? Thank you for having me on, man. Roger, it's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for coming on. It's not every day you get a big cat. You get some big dogs, but not big cats on this show.
You got a big cat right here. That's true.
All right, I'm going to say what's up to the chat and see who we got hanging out here. We got Copy 801, Wesley Comic Collection, one of the young guns, Sith Lordly. We have. All right, let me go on. That was the chat earlier. These guys are chatting it up. TiVo, Lords of the Long Box in the house with his shameless plug for his comic hole video that he dropped the link on. Go check him out after my show and before new NY Warriors. We have let me get down where other people joined in. BLC's in here. He was almost fashionably late. Wesley Comics Talk Weekly. What's up, brother? I get the pleasure of meeting him this weekend on Spine Takes Sparks Comics. Zeus the Coworker, what is going on, brother? Sam Klotchko, what is going on? The Comic Forge says, hey there, Cranksters. I love it. That may catch some fire. Something Wong keeping his hairs to himself. What is going on, brother? Gomez the Comics Collector. Broski, what's up? Shameless plug number 2 from TiVo. The reminders, 10 o'clock tomorrow. I just had someone else and I lost it. Joker M21, what's up, brother? Noah Gavril, Adam Holleran, Dave Levesque, the brother, the man behind the shirts, and Marshall Lewis, Austin Irvin. If I didn't see you or missed you, it's not on purpose. I apologize. Josh Grav, got him in here. I think that's it. So appreciate the 30 or so people. Yeah, 30 or so people watching. If you have any questions, oh my goodness, you got came with this one. X Aero Maestro, the 6. Yeah. I don't know what. Rudy Tatagui is in here. Apparently, I missed him. Sorry, brother. All right. So, if you have a question in the chat, for me or Big Lion Cat, you go ahead and drop it in there. If we missed you, I'm sure we'll catch up with you at some point during this. So, BLC. All right, we got Ed D Comics and Games. All right. Yes. So your name's Patrick, right? Well, apparently I can't. Well, I'll tell your whole name because everybody gets mad at that. But your name's Patrick, right?
Yes, my real name is Patrick. Yes, it is.
Tell people where you're from, brother.
Well, I'm originally from New York. I'm born and raised there. Then I moved to PA because to where me and my wife, we got a house and everything, but I still work in New York. So I'm still technically a New Yorker, you know, even though I love it out here. But I noticed that mostly everybody here in PA is actually originally from New York. So it's like still being in New York. It's still a lot of New Yorkers here. There's a lot of people still work in New York. So, And that's about it. Just I love being the quiet and the peacefulness out here, but I'm still New Yorker true at heart.
Yeah, and they let you in there with that Mets hat, huh? Really? The Mets?
Yeah, it's tough, man. There's some Met fans out here, believe it or not. You go to Walmart, they still Yankee. Yeah, they sell Yankee gear everywhere you look, man. Even here, you can still get Yankee gear, which is incredible. But I can't complain. I'm devoted to my team. Everybody's devoted to who they like. So it's just what it is, man. Because without other fans being with other teams, man, if everybody was for the same team, the other teams won't make no money. So who are you gonna be playing against if they go broke?
Yeah,
you gotta have that.
It always fascinates me with people from New York and how they decide Mets or Yankees. And I seem to find they either grew up right near the stadium, Shea Stadium, or their parent was a huge fan. Which one was it for you? Either?
Yeah, I actually live near Shea, not too far off. Quick bus ride, quick train ride with a car. You're instantly there, and been there, watched a lot of games back in the days with my friends and stuff. But I'm gonna admit I've been to a Yankee game. Not at the old Yankee Stadium. Went there for a game. Just to go and see how the stadium.
Yeah, you gotta check it out, right?
You gotta check it out. I mean, historical.
Sure.
A lot of famous Yankee players played there. But I've been to Shea where they actually play, the Yankees and stuff like that. So it's always a great rivalry. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
The brother wants to know if you're a Jets fan too.
A Jets fan? I am not a Jets fan. Believe it or not, I am a Niners fan.
Niners, huh?
I know, right? Monkey wrench right there threw everybody off. I bet you everybody thought, New York met a Jets fan. But if I had to choose between the Jets and the Giants, I go for the Jets. I'm not really too much of a Giant fan.
Man. We're just striking out,
right? I'm telling you, sorry, what it is,
Yeah, so, no, that's how you root for who you root for. That's for sure.
Hey, being honest.
So we had Louis the 13th jump in here. Streetside Anthony, what's up, brother? Al Picknell, Raider Bear, some new people that joined us here. Otto in the house, 3 men in the base. Maccabee. All right, so you how did you get started on YouTube? Like, I started following you after you had already kind of some juice going. I mean, did you start? Because I always, when I first started seeing you, kind of identified you with the NY Warriors. So did it start with the Warriors, or did you have your own channel and then just become friends with them, like 3 Men in the Basement, or all of us did?
Okay, I've been on YouTube for about 2 years now. How I got onto YouTube was through the Comics Fanatics. I met Ray Jr. through the CGC chat, because I was sending books to get CGC, and with my account, you can actually chat. There's also a chat room there, and I read his bio. His bio says, "Yeah, I do a YouTube channel. One half of a Comics Fanatic. Come check it out. This, that, and everything." So I did. And I tried chatting with people there. Sometimes they throw a little message and nobody usually answers. They pretty much keep to themselves. But Ray Jr. did reach out, and I was like, "All right, cool." So he talked a little bit, and went, checked out his channel. I thought, hey, this is cool, And then I went on his page and I see his channels and stuff like that. So I said, hey, the whole thing of comics and everything, that's right up my alley. I said, that's great. Something to do, communicating this and that. So I watched a lot of the videos. So at that point, I had no camera. I had nothing, to do. And I ran out. I said, you know what? I'm gonna try this. So I got a camera. I went on. I signed on. I did a YouTube, and I just first started out just showing my collection. The first episode I did was dedicated to Ray Jr. because the way I found him, because we were into he's a real big Thor fan, and I had a couple of issues of Thor Volume 2, and that's how we got the conversation. So I dedicated my first video. It was a video. I don't think it was live. It was just a video of showing my Volume 2 CGC books, and I didn't know what to name it. I didn't know it. It was like brand spanking new. I had no idea what I was doing. Just doing a video, and then I just looked at my video, watching it. I was like, okay, and I did a couple more videos here and there. And then I started checking out more channels, this and everything, and and that's why I believe my first auction win was actually Tebow from the Lord of the Long Box. My first auction win was on his channel. Then
Nice.
I found, I found everybody. I found the New York Warriors, this and everything. So at this point, I started doing a little more live shows before I got on, and then I started doing my own auction by myself. I was doing auctions by myself for about like 3 hours long, just selling slabs.
Just you?
Yeah, just me by myself.
It's a long time,
bro. By myself, man. Just having a ball with it. Again, I didn't know how to invite people. I didn't know none of this. I was just a newbie. Just going on and having fun, just doing my thing. Just showing unboxings. Just showing books. Right. I didn't have no idea.
I think that's how we all started.
One day, Biggs reached out to me, says, "Hey, because I started watching their auctions and stuff, and I was over there buying stuff. And he seen, I guess he checked out my channel and he seen that I do auctions and stuff like that. So he reached out and said, "Hey, would you like to come on our panel?" I said, "Hey, sure, why not, man?" I was thrilled like crazy. I was like, my first invite on somebody else's show. I said, "Yeah, man," I was all in. So I actually had to get out of work like an hour early just to make it in a time, and I flew here, trying to get here as quick as I can, and just getting on the show. And I was just having fun with the guys. And ever since with them, I just started watching more channels. And then later on, I met some of the Warriors at cons and stuff like that. We embarrassed BLC right controlled electricity. Yeah. So
they give you a hard time.
Yeah, they always give me a hard time because I always threaten them I'll shut their power off. So and it just steamrolled after that. Then I met JB from Discovery Bay, and we still didn't know how to do the invites and stuff. It was easy to get invited to a show, okay, but to do an invite was so different. So they were saying do Google Hangouts, blah blah blah. Me and JB were back and forth trying to figure this out. We were getting close, and then finally one day, me and him were just doing like a test run live, and we finally got on what we were just like doing. We're doing that community, and we were like so excited. We were like, we've been trying to do this, and we finally did it. We figured it out, and ever since, we were just like doing videos and just happy. Started to do live videos more than just doing the videos because it's more interactive with the chat. And then when I started inviting people onto the show, I started to meet more people that way, and it felt more comfortable. And just because I know a lot of people, like I see a lot of names in the chat on a regular basis, but to actually come live and talk and hanging out like this, it's even better. Because sometimes you can just naturally just hang out and talk, like buddy to buddy on the phone. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I agree 100%.
So from there, cons, I just started meeting people left and right, and I noticed it's such a big world with comics and pops and action figures, and I noticed that there's so much information that guys pass on here. Says, "Hey, did you know this guy's signing here? Do you know this con's popping up here? There's a toy show over there. Hey, this is on this website." And I'm like, wow, holy smoke. I said, this is for me. And 2 years strong, man, I've been doing this, and I haven't looked back, and I just, love doing what I'm doing, even though I'm not too much computerized where putting music together and putting this together. I just go on live and says, "Hey, here I am, let's talk, let's hang out." And basically that's it. And I just love it, man. So I thank everybody, for the support and everything. It's been an amazing run, and just enjoying it. So,
good stuff, man.
Yeah,
I definitely get that feeling, man. It's part of the reason I started this show. I really enjoyed doing the live circuit. Everybody laughed about me doing my tour, and that it's just something I enjoy more than. I mean, I still like doing the videos and adding music and doing all that. I just don't have as much time to be able to sit down with someone like you for an hour and get to know you better. It's definitely just feels more natural, like you said, like you're hanging out in a room, chopping it up. We had some more people jump in. We got Tubi in Phoenix, Who Dat Comics, T. Ravis Comics, All Strands. Let me see. I know I saw a couple of new other people.
Who Dat?
Discovery Bay Comics said Who Dat. Biggie's in here. reminiscing with you, I'm sure, about those first days. Al Picknell, what is up, Al? I think Dave in the Cave is in here now. Kenneth Bird, Vancouver Comic Junkie, what's up? Displaying this behind me for you. Not just displaying the Captain Canuck, but that awesome new slab stand I got from Slab Stands. Which one you point at? Oh, I got you.
Right there.
All right, so like lately, I've noticed that you are, and we're talking about going live, and you've been putting a lot more stuff on, but it's been more live. Like you, and I think that just goes to the point you were just making, right? That you enjoy that more, right?
Yeah, like I said, if you go back to watching my first video, it's just videos. I just did video. Again, I didn't know how to go live, and then again, I started doing live shows when I did the auctions, my own personal auctions. I started doing that, and then I was like having so much fun with the live and the auction and stuff, and then started to like learn how to invite people. I just opened up the door. I just said, you know what, guys, if you want to come and hang out while I'm doing a live show, if you want to come and sell stuff, come on, let me know. And I started to meet more people that way. And that's how I started meeting a lot more people. I met It Thoro that way. He reached out to me one day and said, hey, can I come on? I said, sure, man, come on. And ever since that day, man, we know each other really, really good. I was his family now and everything. So, and I mean a lot more people, man. I just can't stop telling you how many other people that I have met. There's so many names I just don't want to say because start leading everybody out.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fun. It's tons of people, and it's just fun. Yes, just doing live shows it's just, I don't know. It feels more natural that you're actually talking to people. Instead of just talking to a screen. It's like basically talking to yourself. But then you look at the chat. And you get the chat involved. So it's all well and good. I just love it. I can't stop it. Because now it's like being rebirthed again from when I started. Then I stopped because the family thing happened and I didn't have that much money. So now it's like this is my next generation. I'm back into it. I got a lot more friends. A lot more things going on, and I'm like really, really into it. And I'm really just picking up a lot of stuff and having a ball with it. And that's all to me. I love it, man. This is me. When you see me with books and cards and everything that I'm bringing in, like I'm doing an unboxing, man, that's me. I tell my kids when they walk into this room, they look around, the Funko Pops, the statue, the cards, says when they walk into this is dad. This is my dad. They know who I am. And I walk in here and I just it's just, I don't know. I just feel great,
That's right, Al. I saved the pastel color ones for spine ticks. So I used the solid color ones on my show. Give me a hard time about my cut.
Love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, going live is so much easier than pre-recording, and it's true. But it's not only easier, like you said. Like I've had that conversation with Erod. Like I never would have thought 3 or 5 years ago that the people that I enjoyed talking to or being around the most were all from YouTube and Instagram comic community. You know what I mean? Like the amount of friends that I've made over the last couple of years just from doing this, from meeting up at cons, from doing the crawls or having the, just in this area, I never would have known you. I never would have known, Dave. I never would have known Erod or any of those NY Warriors. And now it's like, we see each other every day, whether it's in the chat, on a live channel that we're catching each other. We all support each other. That's a community I don't think most people can understand unless they're in it.
Yeah. I mean, I only been on for 2 years. So to me, I would still say I'm a newbie considering there's other guys that have been on here a lot longer, 5 years or whatever, and so on. And, they say that since when they started, it was like a little slow, wasn't that many people. It was tough to get subs. And since I've been on, I only been for 2 years and I've seen it grow from the time I've been on. And right now, to me, it's just like a ball of fire, man. It just took off. We got so many people coming on.
I mean, you think COVID.
Yeah. Could be.
People got nowhere. You can't go anywhere. There are no cons.
Right.
You can't get together. So for 6 months, our way that we communicated and got information out there was through YouTube channels,
Right. But this is more like I said, a comic book community type family that they found what they're into. So that's what we're growing with. I mean, YouTube's probably growing a whole lot more than what we see with other types. Like maybe there's some cooking shows or whatever it is. You know, they watch those shows. But in here with the comic community, the Funko Pops, the action figures and stuff, is that type of group right here. It's just been blowing up, and it's just gonna, I think, just gonna get even bigger because the word just getting all out and just growing and growing. Because I've seen people here from, you know, different countries and stuff like that in different states. You know, it's incredible, you know, how we all just, you know, focus on one thing.
Yeah, I agree, and it's good to see because you got
the wifey.
So, hey, hi wifey. I think we all.
Give me for 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. All right. Well, if we're gonna pause with BLC, I'm gonna go into because he just talked about auctions. Okay, so I'm gonna go from talking about auctions. I was going to ask you how it got started, and you actually just told that story. So before I move on, we're going to get one of these tonight. Okay. I was in an auction last week. I got the book today. Okay. This is the book that I bought. Decent price. You know, probably a little worse shape than he had told me, but that could possibly be because the first line of defense was an envelope for pictures. You know, pictures don't have spines. But you know what? This is the second line of defense. A paper envelope. I paid $9 for shipping, and he put it in a $2.80 envelope. Okay. I don't even know what to say to this, especially since it came from an auction in the comic book community. And I've seen this person on different auctions. He was just on one Saturday. And for me to receive this book from somebody who's supposed to be a collector, part of this community, how we all look out for each other, and to send this in an envelope that's made for documents, and then a paper envelope with, there's bubble in there. I guess that might stop it. On the spine, down on the bottom here, is a whole bunch of ticks next to each other, almost like what would happen if you got one bend in a spine, which would cause a bunch of ticks. Is the envelope destroyed? No. Did Unknown do a worse job with my books than this guy? Yes. Okay. This is unacceptable, guys. And I on East Meets West the other day. Gomez talked about the same thing, and this was packaged exactly the same way. I paid $9 for shipping at the time that I bought this, and this is the way it was shipped on an auction from somebody who's supposed to be part of this comic community, helping us look out for each other. Shame on you, bro. If I ever even think about buying a book from you in any of these auctions again, because he's on some of these auctions with people I respect, but more than likely, I won't buy a book from you. But if I do, you bet your ass in the chat, I'm going to remind you to send it in a goddamn priority envelope with a Gemini. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's bad enough that this happens to us on eBay, or if we happen to buy something from Mercari from somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. But from an auction here on YouTube on a respected channel, it's bullshit. Do better.
I agree. There was a super chat in the chat. You will double check that from there you go.
Get that motherfucker Roger, Kranky Canadian at his best. Thank you, Gomez. I appreciate the super chat. And hey, if we're gonna have a super chat, we might as well play a super chat video, right? That was from Gomez, right?
That was from Broski. I mean, Broski.
TiVo's making fun of me. He says I'm getting COVID as we speak.
Oh yeah. Everybody wants to know.
Thanks again, Broski, for that super chat. If I wasn't feeling a little under the weather, I probably would have done a better job with that rant. But
we got another super chat. Noah.
Yeah, you know what, Tim, and I'm going to reach out to him personally And if I find out anybody else from the community gets the same thing, then we're definitely going to put him on blast. I'm going to give him a chance to make it right because it's the first time I've ever bought from him, and I have to think it was a lapse in judgment, and that whatever. I guess lapse in judgment is the only way I can say it. All right, so moving on. We were able to make our second annual Connecticut Comic Crawl, right?
Yes.
That's where I got to meet BLC there. I'd like you to talk a little about that. Tell us about your experience. Did you have fun? What did you think of the shops? What did you think of the day itself?
All right, before I just want to get into that, there was another super chat Noah. So if you want to just shout them out, I always like to people that drop money.
I missed that. Sorry about that. No, I appreciate that. Drop their name, please, Roger. I'm not going to do that right now, like I said, unless it happens again, or if somebody lets me know that the same thing happened to them from the same person. Then that'll be a different. But I appreciate the super chat, brother. If someone else made a mistake and it was a one-time thing, you wouldn't want me to drop your name right off the bat without reaching out to you first. I literally got the book, about a half hour before coming live. So,
all right, yeah. So, all right, let's talk about the crawl, the Connecticut Crawl. Well, I got invited, of course, by you guys to do the crawl, and I've been dying to go out to do some hunting, and I already did my first crawl in Pennsylvania first, and so I was glad to actually go because you guys been doing you did the first crawl, you did the swap meet, and every time you guys planned it, I was always working. I could not make it.
You're a very busy guy, I mean.
Yeah, it is true, but finally you guys booked that one. Actually, I was supposed to do my auction that Saturday. I canceled my auction and said, you know what?
Look at
I'm
that.
going to this crawl. I said, I am not missing this. I'm going to go hang out, go hunting, and go hang out with people that I haven't met yet, and I am dying to go. So you shout out says there was a swap meet, I think, right in the morning.
Yeah, we had it was they call it a tag sale, but it's really just comic books and toys.
Right. So you said, anybody want to come? It's like 7:30 in the morning. So I met Dave too, man. I met him. It was great. So I said to myself, well, if I'm going to be there early in the morning, because if I'm going to go, I'm going to do everything. So I said, let me go there a day early because I have to get up early. So before I left here, I went up through 84, which bypasses New Jersey. Actually, I go from Pennsylvania, New York to Connecticut. I said, let me stop at some stores hunting in New York before I even hit Connecticut.
Why not, right?
So the first place I hit to wasn't open yet. I got there like 15 minutes before it opened. Went in there, bought some books and everything. Left there, found another shop, hit that shop. Then finally I said, you know what? Let me go and drive to Connecticut. So I drove, and then I checked in. I kind of checked in just for my room key. But then I said, I was starving. So I said, let me go out and get something to eat. So I went out. I did a whole bunch of other things, right? So went to my room, got up early. You told me to go park my car at this park and ride, and I'll meet you there early. Cool.
I got to stop you there. That's a funny story. Okay, first of all, Comic Talk Weekly, a tag sale is a garage sale. So these guys call it a garage. They call it a tag sale, but it's really – it's two guys that own a bunch of books and toys. They don't sell, usually a garage sale has old furniture and stuff like that too. This is strictly two guys who buy and sell comics that when they're not set up at shows, use this garage sale as a way to sell them. And then I got a kick out of the fact that you had no idea what a park and ride was. I guess I never realized that this is exclusive to Connecticut because I asked Dave in the cave about it and he never heard of it either. So in Connecticut, we have parking lots that are made, that are, they put these parking lots usually near highways and stuff, and they're strictly there for people to carpool. If I'm driving to work, back when I was still using my tools in the trade, if we were driving far, 4 or 5 of us would meet, park our car in this park and ride, and we would carpool to the job site. So they have these things off the highway all over Connecticut, and some of the busier ones up northern Connecticut actually have buses that pull in and drive you to downtown Hartford. Yeah. So you're like, why is this lot here? They just put this lot here for nothing. I think it was just, I got a kick out of the fact that, you had no idea what the hell a park and ride was. And I didn't realize they were exclusive to Connecticut.
Well, we do have a park and ride, but again, it's for park your car to take the bus into the city. So it's not free. You have to pay for it. So I'm like, what?
Oh, really?
Fucking ride. When I got there, it's a big empty lot. It says, park at your own risk. And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know about this. So he shows up. I told him about it. He said, nah, you're fine here. I says, all right. So I took my stuff and jumped in your car. And then we were on our way to the tag sale. I cannot say how nice the day was to do this crawl. I mean, it was perfect weather, sunny, temperature's good, and everything. But in the beginning of the tag sale, it was kind of a little nippy. My hands started freezing. I'm going through the boxes, but it was fun. I went in there, got myself some books. I got myself a little deal here and there. I had fun,
They had a great variety, didn't they? They had some wall books. They had some, keys half off.
They had some old vintage, actually some He-Man action figures, but they were like $150.
Yeah, they were a little overpriced.
Yeah, they were old, yeah. But still, I had fun there. Then we went to the second one, Richie's Comic Cabana, and then from there I met everybody else. Everybody showed up. The Warriors were there. Otto showed up. Uncle Frank was there. Dave and everything. And then we just started, hanging out. It's like we already knew each other. We was just like talking and hanging out and talking about comics and this and that and everything. It was just like, it's not like we were there for the first time. We were actually, it's like, okay, all our friends just meet here. We're gonna go comic book hunting. I'm like, okay, that's how it felt.
And it was funny because once we got inside, everybody dispersed and went to different areas.
Yeah,
it wasn't like there wasn't like we were on top of each other. Okay, you're going here. Okay, I'm going over here. We all kind of cycled through and got to see everything. And
see, that's the thing. When you're outside the comic book store, it's all friend. But once you enter through that door, it's every man for himself.
Get out of my way.
Exactly. Everybody's running, diving in the boxes here and there. It's a free fall. That's how it is, man. You go all out, and you hope that you hit the right box or what you're looking for, then somebody else.
Right.
But again, there was times where, hey, you're looking for this. Oh, I saw this copy over there. I saw this title over there. So the information was flowing back and forth. Oh, where'd you find that? Is another copy? Yeah. So it was very helpful. People, the more eyes there were, they're telling you where things are. So you have more chance of even getting more stuff without even looking.
And it's like you said, funny. Some of us just met, yet we all kind of know what we each collect.
Mm-hmm. So I can't complain. I to tell you the truth, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think I spent the most money than anybody there.
I think so too. Throughout the day, you mean? Eh?
I went all out. I was just.
You always had a big stack.
No, everywhere I went, man, I had a brick like this. When I did my video, you got to see it was just insane. The deals and the books that I needed, the fill-ins or whatever you want to call them in. I was looking for decent price, decent condition, and the book I needed, and I wasn't gonna pass it up. I was like, it's right in front of me, so I was like, I'm gonna go for it. So, and after we left there, we went to the second spot.
Third spot for us.
Third spot for us. Well, fifth for me, if you really count it, fifth for me.
That's right.
And went diving in there for more books. Not something.
Yeah, that was our LCS, and they did is they knew we were coming, and because of the first one, they were like, okay, we know we got a lot of guys coming. They went out and pulled a bunch of more long boxes out of the basement and put them on the floor, so there was more stuff for everybody to go through.
No, Gomez. He says I'm a rich man. I ain't rich. BLC, you had trouble carrying your own bag by the end of the day. I've learned to bring your short box with you, have it in the car, and I do have my hunting bag with me. I carry my hunting bag with me when I'm inside the store. Inside there, I carry my glasses, my phone, everything I need. I carry my little boxes. When I buy the books, I put them in there. So so that's my hunting bag. And then right after that, we finally got something to eat because we were starving. And then was the last stop.
It's not that long. That was like an hour.
It's long enough for me. I can say that much. It's long enough for me. Went to Sergeant, and then what a store! That place is huge, big store. Have a lot of bit of everything. To tell you the truth, I ain't done with that store. I didn't get a chance to go through all the stuff.
We've been there few times now. We still ain't done with it either.
Exactly. Especially I saw those Justice League in your video behind the counter.
You never made it behind the counter.
I gotta go back behind the counter. I gotta go get those.
Well, the thing is if you go to the store just like on a regular day, you're not getting through that secret entrance behind the counter or to the basement where we were.
Exactly.
People don't understand that basement was just, you could be there for days and not see everything that you got to see, you know? And people are pulling random stuff out of boxes that are, you know, like a title, you know, it's a key book out of the middle of a long box that has, you know, dollar books in it, just stuff everywhere.
Yeah, I actually went to the other side of the rack when you come downstairs, and he had action figures on there and everything. I'm talking about old stuff, and I'm looking, I'm like, wow, I would love to get my hands on some of this stuff. I'm like, man, that was awesome. I just love the energy that you guys had. Otto, he's just an animal. He was all over, you know, the passion that he has with, you know, doing what he was doing, and I just loved it. You know, so it was just a big fun, man. And like I said, I did everything, man. I went down to the last stop, and that took like an hour more to my ride home. I did 3.5 hours to go back home. And thank God the traffic was moving, so it wasn't that bad.
It's worth it though, right?
Oh yeah, go watch my videos, see all those books, man. You know, tell me it's not worth it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, these guys are giving us deals on these books. They know, you know, if we're gonna do this call, we're gonna have 10 guys or so with us. So they're like, come on down. You know, we were a little bit, excuse me, we were a little bit later than I think we expected to be when we got to Sarge's, because originally we were going to get pizzas and stuff, but it started to get late. By the time we got there, by the time everybody was done in the basement area and stuff, we tried to do a live show, but I mean, we did. You couldn't only you can only hear because his Wi-Fi was horrific. But I think all in all, it was a great day, right?
Yes. I can actually say I was dead tired because let me tell you something. I'm not as young as I used to be diving in boxes like that. But it brought back memories, and it was a lot of fun. Again, it wasn't just about the books. It was the people that I was hanging out with and having conversation with and everything. I just got a shout out with Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank came in my car when we drove the Sarge's for that trip. And me and him just, you know, talked it up, having a great time talking about this, that, not just about books. We started talking about life, you know, jobs, kids, families, and that's what it also is. We're human beings, and it's not about comics. We talk about each other's, you know, things that's going on and family life and everything, and that's, you know, that's what it is. It's like it's a family thing, and you know, it's what makes it more enjoyable. You know, it's just not okay. It's the books and that's it. You know, no,
because all that stuff is important to us too. You know.
Definitely. So yeah, so I was glad to make it. You know, hopefully I can make it some more. You know, this year was supposed to be my con year. I was supposed to go do cons like crazy. I had it all planned out. I was actually off, scheduled off from Jaffa, and all this happened, and that just killed it. And so these crawl things are great. You know, you get together. I hope a lot of guys, you know, start doing this. You know, wherever they at, you know, to meet up. So it's a great fun thing to do, man, and you know, to check out different stores and stuff, and you know, again, you might be looking for something that you can't find here, and it'll be somewhere else. Yeah, you know, just sitting there waiting for you.
And I think that when you know, we first had the idea to do a crawl, I think there was a lot of people going, "What do you mean? You're just gonna get together and go to shops?" I don't think people understand how fun. I mean, you're with people that you don't get to spend a lot of time with. You all have the same interests, and you're going and you're digging through boxes. And like you said, like, hey, anybody looking for one of these? You know, and you're all helping each other out. We're talking about basically anything you could possibly think of. We had a great lunch. You know, that last stop was a little bit of a drive, but it was worth it. You know, so like you said, I think that, you know, if you live in an area where you can get together with a handful of guys and hit 2, 3, 4 shops, I think more people, you know, out in this community should be thinking about doing that. I know it's getting tougher with numbers spiking up and stuff, but you know.
But again, you know, we were safe. You know, we had our mask on. You know, and it's pretty much what, like you said, once you hit that store, once you walked in, everybody just went in different directions. Everybody just went, you know, hunting and they went their way. It's not like we're all bunched up, you know, all in one box. You know, everybody just went all out. You know, it was a free fall. You know, one person was over there, the other guy was over there, and then, you know, vice versa, we're just switching back and forth. You know, so it's like everybody was like kind of separated, and it was a lot of fun. I can't, like I said, it was so much fun to do the crawl, to buy the books and everything, and just hanging out with you guys, man. It was fun, man. Met Dave, met you for the first time, Uncle Frank, and everything. It's just a bunch of great time, man. Of course, you laugh, you joke.
We had so much fun. We really did. From busting stones and even some of the private jokes that we get in the chat over the last year or two, come out and it just if you're not concentrating on digging in a long box, you're busting somebody's stones, and it makes it Universe X. Why do they call them crawls? So we called it a crawl. I don't know if it's a Connecticut thing, like the difference between a sub and a grinder. But back in the day, a lot of people used to go do what was called pub crawls. And you would be like a fundraiser, and you would jump from bar to bar to bar and pay a fee. So when we did this and we were just jumping from store to store, we call that a crawl. So, whether it's a comic crawl or a bar crawl or, a tag sale crawl, we use that term a lot here in Connecticut as far as, when you're going to the same type of venue to different venues to kind of experience them all in one day. So I don't know if that made any sense to you, but that's why it is. So I definitely a successful day. I was definitely glad to be able to meet you finally. I'm glad you drove up to go to the tag sale, because I really think that if the other guys had really had a chance to see what that tag sale offered, they'd be kicking themselves for not going with us. I know it was early. I understand that, and but excuse me.
It's like Streetside Anthony. I didn't know about him until I started watching you guys. And now the information got to me. It says, "Hey, here's Streetside Anthony. This is where he's at. He's this. You guys did a video. You see the tables. You see the books." Now I'm like to myself, I gotta get there. I gotta go check this out. I mean, I'm missing out. I'm like, hey, there's some.
That's right.
I gotta go check that out. So hopefully, maybe I don't know. It's getting a little cold now, but maybe next year, man, I get a chance to go and check this out. Again, this is the reason why you don't want to miss an opportunity. This is the way I see it. It says an opportunity to look and see what's out there. Because everybody wants to grab something. Grab a book. Sure. And that's it.
And you definitely want to check this guy out any chance you can.
I'm Streetside Anthony, and you're watching the Kranky Canadian.
There you go. That's right. That's it, man. Loving it, man. So man, it's just I'm just meeting more and more people. It's just insane. It's just growing, and the fun, and I don't even know what to tell you. It's just it's insane.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, so you collect comics. So what's the first thing you ever collected? Is the comics the first thing you collected, or did you collect something else when you were a kid? Or
the comics, I would say mostly, and of course baseball cards. That was like the two main things growing up. Everybody had baseball cards, and you had comics. Why? Because they were cheap, and that's what a lot of kids usually have. And comics when I grew up, you can get them anywhere. You can get them in newsstands, train stations, wherever. Baseball cards were basically the same thing. Wherever you can get a little pack, this, that, and everything. So that's how I started. And, and then from there, it just grew. I mean, I grew up watching cartoons on television, Super Friends. I watched Batman, stuff like that, Wonder Woman, Linda Carter, and so on. So I was always into, superheroes, growing up and watching stuff like that. And, of course, later on, He-Man, Transformers, and Thundercats, all that stuff came out. So it just blew up. And I love watching movies back in the day. Big John Wayne fan.
Nice.
Yes, so I watched John Wayne. I watching westerns, military movies, stuff like that, sci-fi, big Star Trek thing, Star Wars, the whole shebang. It's like, I was just watching TV like left and right, and I just like whatever. I like action figures back then. I picked up action figures, toys, handheld games, whatever it was. But now it just, it's just crazy. When my kids grew up, Pokemon came out, I started collecting that. Of course, how I got into the model planes, my brother, he's a big fan in trains, model trains. And he took me to Jersey one time. He was going to a train show. So I said, cool, I'll go with you. I'll go check it out. So while we were there looking around, saw this lady with the table, and I said, "Hey, check this out! Look at this, nice Franklin Mint plane." I said, "Yo, man, I'm into World War II, type things." And I said, maybe I should start with this. And I was like asking how much it was. I think it was like $50 at the time for it. And I was like, damn, $50. So all right, But there was die-cast metal because I grew up also making those planes with the glue and the stickers and stuff.
Yeah, little plastic ones.
Yeah, it was all right. But when I saw this, it's like, oh, die-cast metal. I said, yo, let me get some of this. And then that took off. And then the Funko Pops is... So basically, I'm just an open book. When people ask me what I collect, I says I collect whatever I like.
Yeah.
I'm an open book, and I just go out and stuff like that. And so, yeah.
So that's a good way to say
it. I brought out one of my planes. I took it out. So this is based on the TV show. Again, Blackface Squadron, Pappy Boynton. This is supposed to be a replica of his World War II fighter Corsair.
That's pretty cool. That's die-cast?
Yeah, die-cast metal, weighs the money, has the bombs in it, the propeller and everything. So this is supposed to be his model, what he flew. So
who's that again?
I believe it's supposed to be Pappy Boynton. Greg Pappy Boynton, that TV show where Robert Conrad played him. So I got that. I got about 11 different planes. Frankly, they stopped making these. They don't make them no more. That stopped. They also made jets and helicopters and stuff like that. But I got over 100 of these things.
So you had to put that together. It's die-cast.
No. Oh. It came like this. It comes like this. It's already done. I just took it out of the styrofoam, and I have a glass case that I display some of them. I don't display all of them. But I got different types of World War II, so I had to decide what I was gonna get, because there's so many. So I only decided on fighters, World War II, planes, and I got about 11 different ones.
Nice.
This type. So I keep those.
That's pretty cool.
Again, I'm just a movie buff, and I never showed this to anybody. It's the first time I show this. I dug these out. I'm not really too much of the statue things, but I started with Captain America, big Captain America fan. It was my first book and this and everything. So I bought this years ago. Randy Bowen stand-up statue. The box is really beat up because it was like really stuck somewhere. So I picked that up. It's a full-length statue.
Is it like a ceramic statue? What kind of...
I believe so. It's sculpted. It's painted statue.
Yeah.
Fully painted, 14 inches. Strictly limited. Yeah. So this is it came out with two different versions, made in China, and it also has the number of what they did. And I think it's upside down. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah.
What is that? This is
1108 out of 2000.
So they made 2000. This is the old one with the old shield.
How long have you had that?
I had that for years. And then of course here's the other one. This is the modern one with the modern shield.
Oh yeah.
I picked this one up, and this one's also limited. And this one is, what is that? 20. Can't really see. Hold on, let me read it.
Top of the glare.
Yeah, 20. This is 2,289 out of 4,000. So there's 4,000 of these. So yeah. So I picked that up. This never been out of the box.
Really?
Neither one has been taken out. So it's originally an original box. One's been more beat up because I had the other one longer, and never showed that to anybody.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Any idea what those are worth now?
To me, it doesn't matter. I really don't look up prices on my stuff. I love it, and that's what it means to me. That's the reason why I got it. I didn't get it because of the value. I just love the way it looks, the statue. I'm a big fan, and me to have it. I mean, it'd be nice to have it like two bookends, one on each, but I just don't want to take it out and damage it, so I just leave it.
I don't blame you, man.
Box, man. So yeah, those two right there, my prize.
Don't you get curious? Doesn't curiosity ever get the best of you?
Sometimes, But I got so much stuff here, so it just passes me right by. Like, all right, what else is coming out?
Well, I was going to ask you. My next question to you was something in your personal collection that you don't normally get to share. Was that it? Was that what you had ready?
That's what I got. I had to go dig those out. Nobody ever seen those. They were actually put away deep. I actually had to dig those out.
Seeing it here first, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, the Cranky Canadian. You never know what you're going to see here. We had swords a couple weeks ago. We had the Bowen statues here today. And those die casts are pretty cool.
Roger in my collection, Comic Forge said.
You can't afford that, man. You can't afford that. There's only one, and it comes with removable clothes. You sure you want it?
Ooh, hey, now, boy.
All right. No. So I know I didn't mention this earlier, but if you guys that are watching, or if you're watching now or in the rewind, in the description of the channel, description of this show, you'll find a link to BLC's YouTube channel and his Instagram page. They're both on there, along with all the friends of the channels and our sponsor, Rocket Comics. So you have Instagram, you have YouTube. People follow you, they watch you, we share. So we know you collect comics, we know you collect Funko Pops. What is something about BLC that nobody would know just by looking at your social media?
That is so tough to take. Don't know. It's just like I'm just an open book, man. I collect anything. That's really a hard question. How they don't know.
Any kind of strange hobbies you had when you were younger, or any kind of sports that nobody would know you played, are you a Quidditch champion by happen to know?
That came later on. I don't have the legs for that no more. I was in the Boy Scouts. I did Little League baseball, stuff like that. I could tell you though, there's a story where I used to go to this flea market, comics, right? And they had their prices, on the bags and everything right on the top, right? $2 or $3. So what I did was, while I was in there crawling through it, I would just like peel it off the price and then put the price on a different bag and then put the lower price on the one I wanted, and then leave and pay with a lower price for the book than originally what I was supposed to pay for. So that was a little naughtiness that I did, and everything. But did that, and pretty much. Growing up, I could just tell you, I only grew up with a single parent. I did a lot of things on my own. I got one younger brother. And basically we're like opposites. He wasn't into sports. He wasn't into comics. He's more into cars and electronics and stuff. So he had his thing. I had my thing. Yeah. But growing up was tough. Didn't grow up with much. Like I said, I did a lot of things either with my friends or on my own. And, comics was one of the things that I stayed home. I can actually tell you this. When originally, most of my books that I have for 20, 25 years in my long boxes, I have read those when I first got them at least 25 times each.
Really?
Because there was nothing else but to do but read. Now I got more books now than ever, but I don't even have time to read. With my schedule, it's like nonstop. It's just like with the grandkids and everything, and my job, and hopefully when I retire, I get the chance to actually sit down and actually read some more books and catch up. But hanging out with you guys and friends and stuff is
life goals, right? Being able to sit around and read comics.
Yeah. Well, this is like I said, this is going to be my hobby. This is what I got planned for myself later on, and I'm happy with it. Of course, I'm going to be going out with the wife and stuff like that, but still, this is what I like. She's always telling me, you're always in here. I'm like, well, what? I'm always in here. I work hard, and finally to actually have my own cat's lair, because in the apartment when I used to live, she wouldn't let me take out nothing. I had everything in this little, little closet. Packed. Used every square inch of that closet and had everything in there, So to actually have it out, and seen, it's awesome. So again, that's about it. Like I said, I'm pretty much an open book, but I do have my bad side. I do, get pissed off.
We all have that, right?
Yes, so look out! Don't make me break out the claw. That's all I can tell you.
It's my brother, the brother and Wes busting my stones about not. Apparently, not allowed to share what I collect or anything as an example with my guests anymore. Normally, when I ask the question about do you collect anything else and that kind of thing, I give them an example of something that I shared, and apparently I share that a little too much. So I either have to collect something new or tell a different story than my ASM 300 story.
Oh boy,
the crowd's getting antsy with my stories. It's a good thing. That means they're. I guess it's a good thing. That means they're watching over and over, right?
Exactly. I'm a big Rangers fan. If people wanted to know, I'm a Rangers fan, Knicks fan. In college teams, I like Michigan. I'm a big fan of Michigan.
Go blue. Love it.
Yeah. So it's all good.
All right. So I'm gonna do something we did with Guy Ford, and I like this. I'm gonna try it with you. Rapid fire with the Cranky Canadian. I got like 10 questions here.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'm gonna ask them, and first answer that comes off the top of your head.
Ooh, pressure.
Okay, you get like 20, 30 seconds to maybe think about it. So some of them are random, but let's see how you do. All right, you ready?
Yowky. Okay.
All right. Batman versus Spider-Man. Who would win?
I'm going with Batman. I have to because he's Batman and he knows how to beat you.
If you were a cartoon character, who would you be and why?
Cartoon character, geez, man. That's tough. Why? Well, I like a lot of cartoons, man. I like to be a superhero. I like to be Spider-Man. Why not?
Why not, right? Who the hell wouldn't want to be Spider-Man?
Crawling up walls, shooting webs. Get a girl like that,
All right. If you were a crayon color, what would you be?
Blue. I'd be blue. Like blue.
Favorite superhero?
Captain America.
Favorite villain?
Ooh, man. That's tough, man. There's a lot, man. I don't know. You want DC or Marvel?
Either one. Your favorite?
So, you know what? Let's go with Dr. Doom.
Nice. That's a good one. Favorite childhood cartoon?
Damn, man. I freaking like all the cartoons, man. That's what. You know what?
What's the first one that tops of your head, though? Like one has to pop up.
I'm gonna give you the one that I grew up as a little kid that I watched constantly over and over, and that's Scooby-Doo.
That's what?
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. Nothing wrong with Scooby-Doo, man.
I love Scooby-Doo.
Woody Woodpecker, all those. What should I ask you that I didn't know enough to ask you?
What? Say it again.
What should I ask you that I didn't know enough to ask you?
Something you should ask me?
Yeah. Is there a question that I should have asked you, and after we're over, you're gonna go, yeah, I can't believe you didn't ask me that.
I don't know. Ask me how many graded books I got or something like that.
How many graded books you have?
I got about 622.
Holy crap. See that? That's a good answer right there. That's a good answer.
It's growing.
That's a lot of graded books, brother. If you could have dinner with any 3 people, dead or alive, who would they be?
Oh, damn. Dead or alive dinner? Oh, yeah. Snap. Let me see. Well, I'm gonna go with John Wayne. I'm a big John Wayne fan, right? Big also Elvis Presley.
Nice.
All right. And the third one, that would be tough, man. You know what? I would go with Batman.
Nice. That's a good dinner right there, man.
I'm talking about Adam West, the Batman, not the cartoon, and have dinner, and actually talk to Batman. That I grew up watching him too, so that would be cool. Imagine a conversation going on there.
That'd be a good dinner, right? John Wayne, Elvis Presley, and Adam West.
Get a little song from Elvis, Let John Wayne show his 6 gun,
And even though it's Elvis and John Wayne, they're still not Batman.
No,
Last question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate me as an interviewer?
Oh man, come on. That's 10 plus, man. 11.
I love it.
At least you didn't have those little clips like you did with Gomez Broski.
Yeah.
I was like nervous to say, "Oh man, here comes the clips." I was like,
"No, I didn't have a chance to do clips with you, and you haven't really given me a reason. You got some stuff, but I don't know if it's as funny as the shit I shared with Gomez. And
no, Broski's one of a kind, man.
He is definitely one of a kind. He's part of this community. That's why we all get along. We're all just a little bit off in our own ways.
Man.
All right. Well, we've been going for about an hour now, man. I really appreciate you being on here with me. This has been a lot of fun as usual. I love the live shows. I love to get to know people. We even got to know. I spent an entire day with you. Still got to know more about you today that I didn't know. being able to ask you questions and things that you can't normally share on your channel because you try to stay relevant. Whether it's an auction or new pickups, sometimes there's things that you don't get a chance to share.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you came on. Hopefully you had a good time.
I'm glad for the invite, and I'm glad for the friendship that we now have. And for many more years. This is not just just the beginning.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be more and more, and it was fun meeting you. And I couldn't roast you, because we wasn't really known, too much for me to even roast you that bad. It's tough to go
the other guys.
Behind the butcher said it all, and then I come on, I'm like, oh,
trust me, those guys did enough roasting for everybody.
Yeah, you still tender? You still like kind of, I like that because they started roasting you early, man. I said you're pretty much done.
I expected it though. You don't ask people to come on your show to roast you and not expect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So especially those guys. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. People don't roast you unless they like you, right?
Yes.
At some point of that show, I started to second guess whether they liked me. So this is the part of the show where I say to you, tell people what's going on with your channel and everything. If you have something to sell, right now is the time to do it.
All right. Well, I just did a live show not that long earlier today. I did an unboxing. My man Erod, the master presser, Erod, pressed some books for me. It was 18 books. Go check that out. I also have a free giveaway video. The winner will be picked up on Saturday's auction. And of course, now the auction's coming up this Saturday, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Come down, check that out, and everything like that. Again, I do a lot of unboxings and other type of videos because I have videos of other stuff that I buy. So come check me out if you haven't subbed me up. Hit that notification. And again, guys, sub each other up, man. There's a lot of great shows, a lot of stuff going on there. You don't want to miss out, of what's going on. So I thank my man Roger. I thank having me on, man. It was a lot of fun to meet everybody and everything. And that's it, man. I see you guys out in YouTube land. Yeah,
remember, guys, in the description of the video, you'll see the link for BLC's YouTube and his Instagram. Make sure you go to his page and his Instagram page and his YouTube channel. Subscribe, follow, hit that notification bell. He does live videos. He does pre-recorded stuff. He has auctions. He does a lot of great stuff, just like most of the people here in this community. So make sure you sub up to him. I appreciate it, man. This has been great. A lot of fun. We'll definitely, this ain't gonna be the last we see each other, and whether it's a crawl or eventually you have me on your channel, I don't know what I got to do to get on that short list, but someday I'll be on a BLC.
Any unboxing video, anybody can, just say, hey, they want to come on. I'll shoot you an invite. It's not a problem. The auctions is where it's usually a long line. Everybody wants to get on there and have fun. Again, my auction is not just an auction. It's just a hangout with friends. That's what I call it because that's what it is. And guys, thank you guys so much, man.
All right, and everybody in the chat, appreciate you being here. I appreciate all the great words in the chat that I've been seeing here. I lost what you said, but you gave me some nice words in here. And Jay, I know you still love me, brother, but it was tough to remember that. It was tough to remember that on Monday.
Really, AG, just so me.
So for 3 Men in the Basement, for David the Cave, Everado, I'm Roger Levesque. And as I always say, the most valuable thing you can give to me is your time. Thank you for giving us a little bit of your time. Peace out, everybody. Good night, Cam.